Hello and welcome to the first marketing mix of 2023. Before we get into what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about mentoring, and I've got one of my mentees here with me. I've got a lot planned for this year and a lot of different types of events, but Marketing Mix will happen every 2 weeks live. If you want to know what's going on, head to my website and go to the event page on my website, and you'll be able to see what events are coming up, mine as well as some of the ones that I curate that I think are really worth small businesses attending. So I update that every week. So go and have a look at that. So today I've got with me Sam, and Sam owns Giving Tree in Devizes, and you can see her website there on the screen. Sam, tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, we're in a sleepy market town in dear old Wiltshire, and we are a gift shop, and we try very hard to stock product that is not sold by other gift shop owners, which can be quite challenging at the moment. We work with local and small businesses as well, and some artisan people, so we can have one-off items as well. I've got a butcher's block at the moment, styled on Jamie Oliver's, and it is a one-off piece, but obviously it's not a Jamie Oliver piece.
Gosh, so that's it's definitely worth visiting your shop if you are in Devizes. So we met through the Help to Grow scheme that you signed up for. So when you applied for it, what problem did you want to solve?
The problem I was specifically looking to solve was how to break out selling online. I've dipped my toe in a number of times. I've tried different things, different platforms, and eventually took the plunge to actually pay someone to put my own website, build my website so that I can do all of the content and photograph editing, etc. myself. And I needed that to grow. And I saw an advert for Help to Grow, and I thought, shall I, shan't I? Denard, applied, then binned it, and then had a follow-up email going, we noticed you half applied. Why don't you apply for the rest of it? And I was like, well, no, got persuaded to, and I did.
So what were your expectations of the program before you started, and what did you think as you did it? Because obviously there's two distinct parts. There's the learning part and then the mentoring part.
There is. So expectations, I thought it was going to be slightly different than what I got. I thought it was going to be, well, it's really easy. You need to do this, you need to do that, and away you go. And then you'd go and do it, and by a miracle, it would all work. Shame life's not like that, isn't it? But I had low expectations because I wasn't 100% sure when I finally did hit the button and got the you're on the course, and went, oh, really? Now what do I do? So I just went with the flow. I think the first couple of sessions were quite daunting. I thought that perhaps they weren't aimed at a small business like mine. I thought it was probably geared at those that wanted to go global. And as we actually went in and covered different topics, it was like, actually, all of this is relevant to a really small business as well.
Amazing. So I know when we were matched up by the program, Oxford Brooks actually, who was running the program, because it was all delivered digitally. When we were first matched up, how did you feel about being matched with someone that you didn't really know anything about, and what were your expectations of working with me?
Oh, Manel, I'm really sorry. This is where I feel really guilty now. Okay. So I wanted to grow my online business. I knew I'm rubbish at social because I hate social media and the horrible side of it, but I knew it was a way that you had to use it. You have to embrace it. You have to sort of love it to work for your business. And when I was first told I was being matched with a marketing guru, I was like, well, that's not going to help me, is it? It was as simple as that. So I have to confess, before we spoke, I was really negative about what you were going to do for me, negative about meeting you. I've met some really interesting marketing people who in locally round here who I just actually thump and say, go away and get a real job. And then there was just something about you on that first initial call when I was like, just tell me a little bit about yourself here. And it was like, oh, actually, you're really lovely. I like you. And oh my goodness. Yeah. How wrong can you ever be when somebody says to me, you need a marketing person? No, I don't. Oh, yes, I did.
And that actually is one of the things that I say is when you're looking to work with someone, whatever aspect of your business you're looking at to get help with, is to actually have a conversation with that person. Like, even if it's just a half hour, like, talk to them, because you need to know, especially if you're working with them one-on-one, you need to know that you get on with them, because it's really important that that happens. Otherwise, those sessions are going to seem just a little bit tough, and they're going to be a bit turgid, really, if you can't, if there's not a little bit of a chemistry. So, outside of what your first thoughts about me were, what were your first thoughts about the mentoring part of the Help to Grow?
I couldn't see how it was going to work because it was done digitally, as opposed to somebody actually being with you and holding your hand. I couldn't actually begin to think that it would have any benefit whatsoever. But it did. And I'm delighted.
And so that's my next question is, what did you enjoy the most about our sessions? Because we have come to an end with our sessions.
I know, I'm heartbroken still. But the bit I gained the most from is the fact that I'd had these rambling ideas and thought processes, and you just were able to extract every single little bit out of my head and turn it into some form of sense, which my husband will tell you that's a miracle in itself. And the fact that you were able to give me pointers and go, well, if you try that, in my experience, it's not really necessarily worked, but have you thought about doing it this way? And it was just that general conversation, and not really. It's a bit like talking to yourself or Dragon's Den, where they go and talk to the wall, isn't it? And you've got one person. How can one person have a conversation with a wall, for goodness sake? It is so helpful. But you don't really realise that's what's happening to you when you're in the mentoring session. And it is probably the most valuable part of the Help to Grow process is the mentoring.
Okay, that's interesting. So what I'm guessing you had someone teaching you the modules. I haven't been through the whole program, but what was why do you say it was the most valuable part?
Because I think the group sessions, again, all done digitally, you had the lecturer going through all of the theories and guiding you in what you can and can't do, or what you should or shouldn't do. And then you'd have these scenarios where you'd probably go off and you go into these breakout room types. So there'd be a smaller group of you and you discuss. And that's quite difficult. I think if it was done around a table, it would probably be a lot more channeled. But because it was all digital, there were bits of it where you had deviations and clearly people just desperately wanting to do and talk about their own businesses and not the scenarios. They wanted to apply that scenario into their own business and use it that way, which is fine. But it made the mentoring one-to-one much more personable, and you're able then to take those sessions provided by the college and discuss them with your mentor to put into practice with your business.
Yeah. And did it worry you that the mentoring would be online? Did you think, oh, I need to have someone that's near me?
Yeah. I didn't think, how could anybody show me how to use social media online? I admit I am a technological nightmare. I hate it. I often throw my PC out the window or my mouse because I can't get it to engage. So I didn't know that you could do things like share a screen and you could show me and point. It's like, oh my gosh. It's
So
like being at primary over again.
But we have had good sessions. I feel like we
have
made quite a lot of headway. So what do you think you've achieved for your business having done those? Like it was 10 hours worth of mentoring.
It was. I think one of the most valuable things that have come out is it's given me the confidence to know that it doesn't matter if I get it wrong. It doesn't matter if something goes out with a spelling mistake. It does not have to be perfect, because at the end of the day, it's not a computer writing your newsletter or your social media post. It's you, the person. And because
Oh, she's gone. Oh, I hope she's going to come back in again. Sorry, I've just lost Sam. I think she might have had a bit something go on with her internet connection. So I will just wait for her to come back on. Hopefully she can get back into the session. So Sam and I actually worked together, as I said, over 10 weeks as part of the Help to Grow program, which is I think it's run all over the place. And we had 10 hours of mentoring together. So she's just back in. Let me add her back in. I think you might have had a blip with your internet. That's the first time that's ever happened to me. I was like, oh, Phil. So anyway, you were telling us.
I'm not good with technology.
You were telling us, I'm not great. I don't think this was your fault. I think it was an internet blip, a Wi-Fi blip, So you were saying about having the confidence to do things, and
so
how?
Go on. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, how do you feel that getting that confidence? Because we talked, in fact, we talked yesterday, but we talked about the last few months and how the shop has done, and the results kind of like your confidence, I think, is tied into the results that you've had over the last few months.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell everyone what your results? Well, not exactly what your results, but
my Christmas trading period was up on turnover, which I was delighted with. Fully aware in the media that it's put out because price hikes had gone up. I coincidentally managed to buy most of my Christmas stock pre-prices going up anyway. But I actually did a item analysis sold between this year and last year's Christmas period, and I claim that to be October, November, December. And over that period, the number of items sold out of the shop this year were up on last year.
Yeah. And that's great.
And to me, that was massively important to get that definition between turnover and what was being published by high street stores, saying that turnover was high because costs had gone up. I can categorically say my turnover was up because I sold more items.
Mm-hmm. And that's
So
continued for
it
you,
was
right?
really busy, and it has continued.
Yeah.
Yes, my January, I had a stonking January. I am absolutely blown away. Just under 7% increase on last year.
Yeah.
And that was
Just
with a
under
January
yeah.
sale.
Yeah.
So,
So that it's
you know,
and I mean, who doesn't love a bargain, right? So, and January is typically the time that traditional time that we expect sales to come on. But good for you
yeah,
for taking it on, and we talked about a lot of ways to sort of keep the momentum going with the sale. And I know
yeah.
you did a couple of different things, including make me an offer.
We did. We had 3 days of make me an offer. And what was interesting is that nobody came in and made an offer. They
So everyone paid the
paid the price that it was in its sale. And you were like, well, okay, so, if you make me a sensible offer, I'll drop some more money off of it. I just don't want to count it in my stock take.
yeah. So I mean, it's I would say the consistency and the persistence that has paid off, but the fact that you felt confident enough to go and try these things, and sometimes
Yeah,
if you don't try them, you'll never know that you're going to succeed. So half the battle is just getting on and doing something, and seeing what works, and doing more of the stuff that works and less or none of the stuff that didn't work. So, in terms of our sessions, what what do you think? Do you think the balance of what we discussed was right for your business? Because quite a lot of the times, I feel like I pushed you to answer questions yourself.
no, because you can't run your business. You cannot run my business for me. I have got to do it myself. So to me, you did absolutely the right thing in pushing me to answer my own questions and giving
And
me
that,
a list of things to follow up on as well
yeah,
in preparation for the next session. So
yeah.
I came off of our sessions absolutely oozing with enthusiasm and right, let's get this done, bang, bang, and it was bang, 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 bang. And because I had that structure, and because I was in essence answerable to somebody, which is a business owner, who are you answerable? Well, we're actually only answerable to ourselves, aren't we? And we can let ourselves down, but we don't worry about letting ourselves down.
There's an
But I couldn't
interesting
let
thing you said
somebody
to
else.
me. An interesting thing you said to me yesterday, because you talk about letting yourself down, but you said
Mm,
that because of you went through this program, you said an interesting thing about feeling responsible to the taxpayer. So can you explain a
yes.
bit more about that?
Yeah, basically the taxpayer funded my place and my 10 hours mentoring for me to grow my business. So for me personally, I have a duty to out there who pay their taxes to make it work and to give it my absolute all to do so.
And I think that's really commendable thing to think about and to really like make that commitment. But at the same time, I feel like if you had invested that money yourself, you would have seen it as an investment in yourself, and you probably would have
Yeah,
made the
I would
same
have
effort. And I think
done.
it
Yeah.
you have to look at it that way, is that it's an investment. And with mentoring, as I've said to you before, you only get out what you put in. So I
Mm.
can show you the path, but I can't make you walk down it. You have to decide to walk down that path yourself. So where do you think you'd be now if you hadn't had the mentoring sessions?
Oh, I'd probably be just as disorganized, fretting more, less confident, wondering why on earth I am working so hard to employ people, and my business comes with 2 flats that I'm responsible for. So that means by default I have 2 tenants. And I spent my whole time fretting about my tenants losing their home and my staff losing their jobs because
And
I couldn't do what I needed to do.
so that's a big motivator for you. It's keeping your team on.
Yeah.
And I hope you don't mind me saying this, but we hadn't got very far in our sessions, and Sam fell ill, and quite seriously ill, but still managed to do everything that I set her, because she had this determination to make things work. And when you work that hard and you do the things that you know are right for your business, then you end up doing things like, being nearly 7% up on sales in January, was it, than the previous year. You end up having a better Christmas period than you did the year before. You end up in the first 5 trading days of February being to 50% of your target for February. So she's not really focused. So, it helps to really mentoring is not going to solve your problems unless you go and do the things that you need to do afterwards to help your business. And that really is the big responsibility on your part. The mentor's responsibility is a little bit to keep you honest, and a lot to just kind of prod and poke and just say, well, what if you did this, and what if you did that, and well, if you didn't do that, what would happen? So it's a lot of a two-way street, but a lot of responsibility on your part for it to want to work. So did our sessions meet your expectations?
Oh, way beyond. I can't put into words how amazing every single session was. Every single conversation,
right?
Even yesterday, I learned something. And your job also as a mentor is to challenge me to think, am I doing the right thing? Ask those difficult questions that possibly nobody else will.
So we could say it was a success. And I have to say that it is difficult trying to process everything for your business yourself and like take it on yourself. And even though it's yours and you feel really protective over it, it helps when you have someone else looking in and helping you understand stuff. I actually messaged my mentor today. Hello, are you available for a session? I really need to talk. So it's not just me saying it's good to have a mentor. It's me walking the walk, because I know he challenges me. He gets me to think in a different way, and he challenges my perceptions of what I'm doing. And sometimes we're not good at doing that for ourselves. So you really do need an outside person to do that for you. And I think it's Enterprise Nation have said that businesses that have mentors have more longevity. They go beyond 5 years in business than businesses that don't. So it really is worth looking into that and seeing what you do need and how you can get that for your business. So we are coming to the end of this session. The lovely Sam has a website that you can see on the screen there. It's givingtreedevices.co.uk. So do go and visit her website, buy some nice things, because there are some nice things on it.
Let you into a secret. There's still some sale items on.
Oh, there's still some sale items. There you go. Go grab yourself a party. If you would like to talk to me about mentoring, you can book 30 minutes with me, and we can have a chat about what you need and whether I can help you in that goal. So you can book that with me. You can either do that through the link that I've just posted, or you can do it through my website. And I know times are tough at the minute and we've not got a lot of money. I know a lot of businesses are struggling. And if mentoring isn't within your budget, please do sign up for my newsletter. It's the Marketing Morsel. Comes out every Tuesday. So today's one just went out at lunchtime. You get a short email every Tuesday, and more than that, you can access a private Facebook group. This month, we're talking about getting better results from your marketing, and the content that's going to go in that group isn't going to be available anywhere else. So that's the only place you can get it. I've planned 4 webinars this year for that group only, and there's lots of other great stuff. So go and sign up, and that's all free. So I want to help you in the best way that I can. If all you can afford right now is free, join the Marketing Morsel. If you want to spend some money, invest some money in mentoring, book 30 minutes with me and we can work out how we can work together. Thank you so much for joining me today, Sam, and good luck with the online sales. Go and visit Sam's website and buy something. I will see you in 2 weeks' time. Take care. Bye.